Greetings, my dear guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to English on Momentum. I'm back, or if we've never met before and you're meant to find this video lesson in a whole other space and time, just know that it's created especially for you, and I'm so grateful you're here. Guys, the other day, I created a video, a comeback, with a booklet that I wrote for us. Summer Soul and Slang. And it's the first ever lesson, project, creation in the series, The 4 Seasons of English. And now, my dear guys, I invite you to dive right into our booklet, Summer Soul and Slang. And let's hit the ground running. Perfect. This is our first phrase. I'm looking at it. In the booklet, we start with Monday. Fresh start, momentum and motivation. It's perfect that momentum and motivation opens our booklet, because even our channel, English on Momentum, is about following that feeling that keeps you creating, keeps you going. It's something that's not forced, it comes naturally. When you feel momentum, just like in physics, you just keep going. And so when you hit the ground running, you are starting strong with energy, with purpose. So another example would be, you are starting a whole new project. It's exciting, it's challenging, all the natural things that come with starting a new project. And a buddy of yours might say, just hit the ground running, just go for it, start strong, start motivated. And of course, I think this is a really nice phrase and a really nice, powerful feeling, because if you tell yourself, I'm gonna hit the ground running, it's like you're setting yourself up. You're setting the stage to start strong, to believe in yourself, and just go for it. I hope today you hit the ground running, no matter where you are in the world. My dear guys, the next phrase is to get a move on. To me personally, this phrase is a little bit funny, in a good way, of course. It's kind of sweet, like, come on, let's get a move on. We gotta get moving. We need to go, we're gonna be late. For instance, you tell a friend, hey, the movie's starting at 5 p.m. and it's 4:45. Come on, let's get a move on. So the idea is, you need to be somewhere and you should probably get a move on. You should probably just hurry up and go. The next phrase, guys, is to shake things up. Now, the example we have here is, I'm tired of the same old routine. Let's shake things up and try something new. This is when you want to bring fresh energy to something you're doing and you need a change. It can be a small change, but it's the feeling of, when you're a kid, jumping around and you get this new energy. But of course, as a kid, it comes naturally to you. And I hope we can capture or recapture that energy. So this phrase is about that very feeling. Maybe you're doing the same fitness routine every day and it feels like it's not working anymore. It feels boring or too challenging or too easy. And if you shake things up, you're gonna try something new. Maybe instead of lifting weights, you're gonna try yoga or dance, or maybe you're just gonna change something, like you're running every day, but on your run, you're gonna stop by and have a cup of coffee. You're shaking things up. This is a wonderful phrase when you want to change something in your routine life, especially if it gets a little too boring, or just you're ready for a change. And now, my dear guys, we're moving on to super duper cool slang, a whole vibe. So here we have an example. I saw you dancing barefoot at the Sunset Jam. You're a whole vibe. So this is a really cool way to say something or someone is cool effortlessly. For instance, you walk into a clubhouse, a venue, and you can say, wow, this is a whole vibe. The beauty of slang, the beauty of idioms, of expressions is that they're so beautiful, visual, funny, and you don't need to explain or describe anything. The phrase speaks for itself, so if you say this is a whole vibe, it just means this is so cool, this is just right. Maybe it's a nice jazz club and you just love everything about it, and somehow it's refreshing, comfortable, and again, super cool. You could also walk into a hotel lobby and say or think, wow, this lobby is a whole vibe. It's just an awesome hotel lobby. And there's something about it that you really love. Maybe you can't even explain it. That's a whole vibe. Or an outfit. You really like someone's outfit, what they're wearing. You could say, wow, your outfit, it's a whole vibe. And now, my dear guys, to step up your game. To step up your game means to improve and put in more effort to make something happen. If we are talking about ambition, taking a project to the next level, running the marathon in New York City, like we have here in our booklet as an example, sometimes we know that we need to simply put in more effort. Imagine, those moments where you feel like you're not sure what to do, how to improve, how to get better at something, and then a good friend gives you a fresh perspective and just says, hey buddy, just step it up. We can say that too, step it up. Step up your game. Do something to be better, to be better at what you're doing, to be even better at what you're doing. So the marathon is a really good example, because imagine, my dear guys, you really want to run the marathon, but you're not doing much to make it happen. And then a friend says, hey, well, you gotta rest up and then you gotta train harder. You gotta step up your game, and then you're gonna run the marathon and you're gonna be incredible. It's the idea that sometimes in life we need to step it up. This may not be for you or for me necessarily, but it's, as always, a really cool phrase to motivate yourself to take something you're doing to the next level. To keep your chin up. To keep your chin up. This is so beautiful because, my dear guys, have you noticed sometimes when you're feeling blue, when you're feeling down, you're feeling sad, or you want to give up, you want to give up on something you're doing. Sometimes making a tiny physical shift makes a difference, like straightening our backs and keeping our chin up. You know, the idea is not that you have to make yourself feel positive when you're feeling down. The idea is that things will change, but just keep believing in yourself. And truly, if you keep your chin up, if you hold your head high or just a little bit higher, things will get better. They'll feel better, especially when the right person comes along and helps you, keep your chin up. Of course, when it's an animal, they help us keep our chin up even without words, right? So I think it's a beautiful thing. It's about feeling a little bit better just by believing in yourself and maybe shifting something in your body language or in the way that you're doing things. I might tell you, don't worry. I know that this is a really tough time in your life. And I know it feels like it's never going to change, but just keep your chin up. I'm with you. Look ahead of you and things will change because they always do, right? So guys, keep your chin up. And I'm with you. And last but not least, rise and shine. Rise and shine is such a beautiful, such a cool way to help someone or yourself start the day. Simply get up and start the day with a bright spirit. I'd love to share with you a visual if this is a new expression for you. When I hear rise and shine, I always imagine being on vacation or on a getaway, being so tired or so lazy because, we're alive and we can't help ourselves. Maybe we just want to sleep in. The last thing we want to do is get up. But then someone storms into our room, your child, your life partner, your friend, and they open the window or they open wide the curtains and they call out, rise and shine, sleepyhead. They are motivating you, motivating us to just start the day and in a positive way. But really, it just means to start the day, get dressed, and get moving. The idea is that this is already a positive thing. And as we know, sometimes it truly is huge just to start the day and keep moving. So my dear guys, I hope that when you wake up tomorrow or the next day, you have this phrase in your heart, rise and shine. I hope that you imagine opening the windows and the sun coming in and embracing you, giving you a big hug. And it's as though the sun is calling you to come out and play, to start the day. Rise and shine. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed going over these 7 phrases that open our booklet, Summer Soul and Slang. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next episode lesson for the next 7 phrases of our series, Summer Soul and Slang, in our 4 seasons of English. Welcome home, welcome back, or simply welcome. I can't wait to see you next time when it's meant to be, and as always, cheers. Cheers to your seasons of language, cheers to life, cheers to nature, and cheers to your momentum. See you soon, my dear guys.